in a focused direction that actually allows them to achieve the results that they really want. So education is critical to show people what the right direction really is. Otherwise, you jump straight from recognition to application with no education and a direction in the middle to focus you in the right area. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to read more. Well, see, that's a problem. That's a real problem for people right now. They don't read anything. Average person will never read another nonfiction book after high school. That's disgusting. Most people will never even go in a bookstore or into a library in their lifetimes. Most people don't. Only 14% of the people who go in a bookstore or go in a library actually walk out with a book. And only 10% of that 14% get past the first chapter. We're not well educated. We're not very smart. We're doing the wrong things because we're not willing to put the time and effort into gaining the right education. Now, sadly, it's because we've got a lot of people who just can't read. I mean, the average American reads at a 7th grade level. That's disgusting, by the way, to read at a 7th grade level. We ought to be doing better than that. We got high school kids that can't read their diploma when we hand it to them. That's a shame. That's another topic, by the way. But I'm just telling you, you got to be willing to read. Okay, Larry, I buy. When should I read? What should I read? Well, you know, folks, in the last 19 years now, I've read over 4,000 books. Books on every subject you could possibly imagine. Books on leadership and sales, customer service, books on how to get rich, books on how to get healthy, books on staying rich and staying healthy, books that cover thousands of years worth of information. And I always was able to find the time to do it. Everybody's got the time to read those books. I don't know anybody any busier than I am, but I figured out a way to find the time to read the books. Well, how did you do it, Larry? It doesn't matter how I did it. The point is, I did it because I wanted the information. I figured out a way because it became a priority to me. It was important for me to have that information. Years ago, when I first started on my quest for personal development, I listened to an old tape by Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale said this: if you read 500 books on any topic, 500 books on that topic will make you a world-renowned expert on that topic. Now, you see, that kind of got my interest right there because I wanted to be an expert on different topics. So I not only read 500 books about success, business success, personal success, I read 4,000 books about personal success and business success. So when I talk to you right now, it's the information that I've gleaned from reading 4,000 books over the last nearly 20 years. I read those books because it was important to me. I found the time in my busy schedule. You can do the same thing. It doesn't take long to read a book. The fact is, you've got to change how you read a book. You've got to start reading books not for the content, but for the intent. What is this book saying to me? That's all you got to ask. What's this book trying to teach me? What's the one thing? Don't expect to learn 100 things. First of all, if you learned 100 things, you wouldn't go do it. Don't worry about finding out 100 things. Find one thing that you're willing to act upon. And you know, sometimes that's all you're going to get is one thing. But I never found a book that didn't teach me one thing. Sometimes I had to read nearly 300 pages to get my one thing, my one sentence. But one sentence? Was it worth 300 pages to find one sentence that I could act upon that would make me more money, make me a better parent, make me a better leader, make me a better human being, allow me to be healthier, allow me to be smarter? Was it worth it? Well, of course it was worth it. Was it worth the 25 bucks I spent on the book to find one sentence? Yes, it was worth it because I made a whole lot more from learning that piece of information than that $25 cost me. It wasn't a cost, it wasn't an expense. It was an investment into my future knowledge that allowed me to be who I am today, make the kind of money I make today, allow me to become the person I become today. You can become more of a person to do better in life. Remember, everything in life is a direct result of the kind of person that you become along the way. It's not what you learn, it's the person you become from the learning. And when you learn more, you become more. And you learn, it's an investment in your future. You have to educate yourself. You have to educate yourself to what's going on in the world, the current stuff, the history.